It's time for football week 1 for the REV game of the week. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Troy LaBeouf will be joining me shortly. It's a historic night here at the brand new Prairieville High School in Prairieville, Louisiana. The Prairieville High School Hurricanes will be taking on the Thrive Academy Bulldogs. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get to the starting lineups and the opening kickoff. You're watching the REV game of the week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar, go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed, buku speed, high-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana, all backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for over 30 years. Here at Chris's, we do the prep work so you can be the hero at your house. We have expanded to 4 locations and now serve home-cooked hot plate lunches at our new Highland location. It takes a lot of technology to keep us running. We use REV Business and have all 4 of their services. If you have multiple locations, REV is the perfect partner for your point of sale and telephone. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Welcome to the REV game of the week, and on brand, a rainy night at the brand new Prairieville High School for the first game, the inaugural game between Prairieville and Thrive Academy. I'm Jeff Porsche, and you see the Prairieville Hurricanes coming out to the field for their first regular season football game, and that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. They'll be taking on Thrive Academy, and I'm joined by Troy LaBeouf, and what we'll do right now is talk about the coaches and some other things that we're gonna see here tonight. But it's gonna be a fun night. It's rainy, and you would expect that at Hurricane Stadium, I guess.
Good to be with you, Jeff. Exciting times. I know you are on the faculty here at Prairieville High School. Just
I'm amazed at what I see here. The campus, the stadium's beautiful.
You even got a pretty good principal, I think, right?
Yeah, Randy is. We're going to hear from him at halftime too.
So I'm just completely amazed about what I see with the entire setup. Obviously, the weather is not cooperating, but it is on brand.
Yeah.
For the mascot for this football team.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the coaches. Let's start with the visitors first. Thrive Academy. Devin Breaux in his 4th year. You know Devin very well. Played at Donaldsonville High School.
Yeah.
That's my hometown. He played at Tulane. Outstanding athlete. This is his 4th year at Thrive Academy. Just trying to build a program.
Yeah.
Low numbers, as you'll see, about 20 on the roster. He continues to try to build that roster. But what he does, he instills values in these young men, and I think he teaches them the right and wrong because he knows. He's been through everything. He's played in college. He's played in high school. So hopefully he can continue to do that. On the other side, I think Prairieville hit a home run with Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
He's familiar with the area. Obviously, he was familiar with Randy, the principal. They had some time together, I think, at Dutchtown High School or wherever, maybe East Ascension.
Yeah, I think it was EA, yeah.
He's been out of state, but he comes with a lot of experience. He's got a good coaching staff he's put together. So I'm eager to see what Coach Schmidt can do with this program. People are going to have to understand. There are going to be some bumps and bruises in the first couple of seasons.
This roster is very young, and the majority of the players you're going to see are freshmen and sophomores playing against varsity players. Now, last week they struggled a little bit. They lost 34-0 to Dutchtown. Thrive, as you see them coming out in their white jerseys with the red numbers, they lost in their jamboree last week to J.S. Clark by a score of 6-0. Now, as far as the schools here on the west side, or excuse me, the east side of Ascension Parish, as you see some of the captains, on the east side, you've got Prairieville High School, and this is a brand new school, and they're opening up as a 5A school. They're jumping right into athletics right away. Dutchtown in 2002, so it's been 22 years since we've seen a new school. They were a 4A school when they began. 78, that was when Santa Maria. So they're an old school now. They're very old school as an old school. And then of course the original East Ascension back in 1966. So this is the first team that's starting out on the highest level, 5A.
Yeah. What's interesting about it, typically when you come into the LHSA as a first-year program, you play JV for 2 years, but they come right into varsity action. They're going to play in a very difficult district. They'll play a difficult pregame schedule. But that's a great history of the schools, all of those great schools in Ascension Parish on the East Bank.
So the first captains, you see them there, 76, 25, 8, and 83. 76 is Ashton Womack. He's a senior. 25 is Austin Gaines. He's a senior. Number 8, Charlie Green. He's a sophomore quarterback. He's going to see a lot of action here tonight, and we're going to talk about him a lot. Number 83, Brody Creel. He is a junior defensive lineman. And so the coin toss, it looks like Thrive has won the toss. They're going to defer. And so I assume that they're going to start this season with Prairieville receiving the opening kickoff, and it looks like they're going to be going from left to right, and they're fired up to play some ball here tonight, Troy. So we're going to get to the prayer and the national anthem, and then we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Thank you for allowing us to have the opportunity to watch this game today. Lord, I pray that you would keep these athletes safe today. I pray that these athletes can play with integrity and that they play for your glory. Thank you, Lord, for allowing all of these people to get here safely, and I pray that you would protect them on the way home. I pray these things in your name. Amen.
If you'll continue to stand and remove your hat for the national anthem by the Prairieville High School Band, please. There you go.
Yeah.
So we are ready for high school football. The first game for Prairieville High School. Jeff Porsche and Troy LaBeouf with you. Thrive versus Prairieville. And it looks like we'll go with Prairieville on offense first. So let's take a look at the offensive starters for the Hurricanes. And you see the quarterback, number 8, Charlie Green. He was one of the captains. He's a sophomore. Then the offensive line you see on the bottom, Quibido, Shawls, Pikes, Creel, and Womack. In the backfield, you have Taj Wallace and Cole Dimpry. They're going to see a lot of action tonight. And then at receiver, you have Hudson Detman and Branson Regilio. Preston Ronaldo is going to be the tight end. So we are ready for the opening kickoff. So it's going to be a night of firsts, and it looks like on the Prairieville side, they're really excited and fired up to get this game started.
Yeah, the crowd's actually pretty good with the weather. I mean, everybody wanted to be part of the first, and stands are starting to fill up. So Prairieville is going to get the football first. I know there's probably a lot of jitters out there right now, Jeff, really for both sides, being the opening game of the season, but just jitters on that. Just to perform. They want to perform in front of the fans for the first time.
Right, and kicking off for Thrive is number 3, Bennett. And Prairieville High School football has begun, and there's a scramble for the ball at about the 40-yard line as they do a little pooch kick to the right side, and it looks like Prairieville will recover. And so Prairieville will start out on offense, and as they come out, let's take a look at Thrive and their defensive starters. On the defensive line, you have David Burns, Richard Rogers, Albert Simmons, and Adrian Eccles. Linebackers Kent Trosclair, Rodney Bridgewater. Defensive backs Kieran Ross, Christopher Patton, Ethan Aguilera, Isaiah Doucette, and Braden Ogeron. And you're going to notice they don't have a lot of players. They probably got about 20 people out there tonight, so a lot of these guys are going to be playing on offense as well. Charlie Green, the quarterback for Prairieville. And we are ready to go. The first offensive play about to come, Prairieville versus Thrive. And on first down, it's on the ground, and it's picked up by Thrive, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Thrive at the 29-yard line. So let's take a look at the replay there, Troy.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. We're going to see a lot of this tonight, obviously. The balls are wet. They try to keep them dry. We may set a record. They're going to keep records of every game from Prairieville High School. You may set a record for fumbles by both combined teams tonight. But look, now the defense gets to come out, bow their neck a little bit, see if they can. We got to change our sheets real quick right there, Jim.
Exactly. So Rodney Bridgewater, the senior linebacker for the Thrive Bulldogs, makes the recovery, and they will come out on offense. And we talked about those two-way players, Ethan Aguilera, number 10, who was one of the defensive starters at free safety. He's going to lead the way for Thrive. And so on 1st and 10, you have a quick handoff and a big hole outside to the 20, and it's on the ground, and Prairieville may have recovered. They are acting like they did, and yes, they did. So we have 2 plays, 2 turnovers, Troy, and let's look at that on the replay.
Yeah, you had a nice opening on the right side. He really wasn't hit right there. The ball just slipped out of his hands. And, hey, Prairieville takes advantage of it. They jump on it. Now they get the football right back.
So this is about where you would expected them to take possession after the kickoff, but they did that little pooch kick. You would expected them to have the ball around the 20-yard line. Now, after back-to-back turnovers, it's going to be Prairieville possession at the 20-yard line. So on first down for Prairieville, there was a fumble recovered by Thrive. On Thrive's first offensive play, there's a fumble, and it's recovered by Prairieville. And I believe the carry was by Ladarius Woods for Thrive. He was the player who fumbled the football. So now first down and a handoff up the middle, and we still have possession here, no turnover. So I believe that's Cole Dimpry on the carry. He's going to get about 4, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, they just ran it right off a left tackle. Real easy. Don't do anything crazy right there. Let's just hand the football off. Let's secure it. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now 2nd and 6, and a quick pass. Caught. No, he dropped it. So the receiver was Regilio, number 18, but he got his hands on it. It looked like he was going to pull it in, but lost it at the last second, so it's incomplete. Got his hands, just lost it.
Yeah, it was right at the sticks. So it's just going to be very difficult to catch the football tonight.
Yeah. You probably are not going to see a lot of passing here tonight. Third down, and they do a little misdirection, and a first down for Prairieville High School. So their first ever first down on the run, and so they will get three new downs right there.
Yeah, that's a counter. Pull two guys from the backside, get the action going one way, come back the other way with it.
11:03 left to go in the first quarter, no score. And on first down, Green on the keeper. Nice move, cuts outside, and now he's got past midfield, and he's going to go out of bounds, pulled down from behind at the 40, and there's the late flag. It's going to be the horse collar.
Yeah, that's a nice run by Green. Let's take a look at it right here. Made a really good decision to keep the football. You don't want to pitch it a lot in this situation because of the weather. He's got some nice speed for a young sophomore.
Yeah, he's a 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. He was a Santa Ma transfer. He moved here from Santa Ma. Well, he didn't really move here. He lived in what is now the Prairieville district. That's kind of what happened. What a lot of these players either played at Dutchtown or Prairieville last year, and they were redistricted to Prairieville, and they made the choice to come over here and start the new program, and they're having some success right now.
How was the atmosphere today at school with everything being the first?
Everything was fun. We had a great pep rally here today, and kids were fired up, and everything has been positive so far here at Prairieville. So you see that on the field right now. After a turnover, they are deep in Thrive territory, and it's given to Dempry, and he gets past the 20 down to about the 16, so he's going to get close to a first down. It's going to be second and short.
Yeah, Thrive's in a four-man front. They got some big gaps they gave up right there defensive. I'm not sure of the alignment they were in. It looked like they had a big gashing hole on the left side. I tell you what, offensively, Prairieville doesn't wait very long. They're right back to the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. And they might be trying to get these guys exhausted because these are a lot of two-way players. Now you got the carry and a first down. Inside the 10, it's going to be first and goal as that carry by Taj Wallace, number 38.
Yeah, nice power play on the right side. Let's see if they pull anybody. Don't pull anybody. Hat on a hat. Good job up front. Make a tackle from the back right there to save a touchdown.
First and goal, and they're going to pitch it to Wallace. He's going to try to race to the corner. Has a cut inside. Now cuts out, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Prairieville.
First touchdown in Prairieville history.
Absolutely. And Taj Wallace, number 38, has the honors, and it's 6-0. And so that's a good response. After fumbling on their first play, losing the ball, they were able to get the ball back on turnover for Thrive, and they go 80 yards on about 6 plays.
Mr. Wallace has got nice speed. He's only a freshman, too, so opposing defense is going to have to tackle him for the next 3 years.
Luke Lyons is the kicker for Prairieville. He'll try the extra point, and it's up, and it is good, and 10:05 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Prairieville leads Thrive Academy. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
First touchdown and extra point.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition. Relief Windows, Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
7-0 Prairieville leads Thrive Academy after an 80-yard drive capped off by a 9-yard touchdown run. First touchdown in the history of Prairieville High School comes from Taj Wallace. And it looks like we may be about to replay the extra point as they're setting up down on the right side of the field. You see them there. Setting up for the extra point again, so there must have been some kind of problem there.
Yeah, maybe they kicked it before the ball was put in play because they're not marking it off right here. They're kicking it from a normal spot they would the extra point.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, no, they moved it up. 1.5 yard line.
So, yeah, it looks like they may have moved it up half the distance as they're like 1 yard ahead, kicking from the 9-yard line.
Had to be encroachment.
So the kick is up again from Lions, and it's good.
A little more practice.
Yeah, so it's 7-0 now officially for the second time. So we're going to keep it here as we handle the kickoff, and Thrive Academy is going to go in on offense. So after the kick, we're going to see their offensive starters. They've already been in for a play, but they fumbled. But why don't we take a look at the Thrive offensive starters while we have a chance? They're going to be led at quarterback by number 10, Ethan Aguilera. In the backfield, you're going to see number 17, Christopher Patton, and Rodney Bridgewater. Bridgewater was the player on defense who recovered the fumble on the first play from scrimmage. The receivers are Doucette, Burns, and Johnson. On the offensive line, Cooper Simmons, Jonathan Castellanos, Adrian Eccles, Trayvon Campbell, and Richard Rogers. And so that's what you're going to see on offense for Thrive. We'll get to the defensive starters for Prairieville after the kickoff. So Lyons is going to handle the kickoff for Prairieville.
And number 2, Rodney Bridgewater.
He'll be wearing number 47, it appears.
Luke Lyons.
You see a lot of those same names for Thrive on the defense as well. A lot of those guys go both ways.
Yeah. We were told that there are 28 people officially on their roster. It looks like some of them did not make the trip, because it looks like they have about 22, 23 players out there on the sidelines. And there's the kickoff from Lyons, and it's going to be taken by Thrive, and waiting for blockers does not happen. And so he's going to be taken down at about the 22-yard line by number 6 for the Prairieville defense, Stan Delapass.
That's nice coverage down there on the kickoff team by Prairieville. They really got the angle, kicked it to the sideline.
So the Prairieville defensive starters, they're going to see a 4-man front. That's Daniel Williams, Brody Creel, Gabe Ford, Montrell Cleveland. On linebackers, you have Stan Delapass, Cade Hebert, Eric Williams, and Mike Schmidt. That's a familiar name. That's the son of the head coach. And the defensive backs, Austin Gaines, Jamarian Meady, and Carson Taylor. So here we go, working out of the eye, the Thrive Academy Bulldogs. Fumbled on their first play, their only play on offense from scrimmage, and they get Prairieville to jump right away.
Yeah, they just went on a hard count right there. Thrive's going to stay in that pistol formation with a single back. Got a nub tight end to the top of the screen for him, right behind the tackle that they use as a blocker. But good job by the quarterback, Aguilera, to draw him off sides and set him up first down and 5.
So who are some of the players we're going to be looking at tonight on the Thrive side?
Yeah, Patton's a really good running back for him, number 17. I look for him to try to get the ball in his hands as well. Aguilera is going to have a lot on his plate as a quarterback of this football team.
And he's going to work out the shotgun now after a 5-yard penalty. And he's going to be dragged down from behind by Gabe Ford, number 77. I believe that was Bridgewater on the carry. Let's see. Hard to see down there. But it's a short gain, and actually no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it was Bridgewater carrying the football. Just a straight give on the right side of the offensive line, and that defensive line did a really good job of stacking it up. Those 4 guys up front, Williams, Ford, Cleveland, and Creel, you do have a little bit of experience up there with 3 juniors and a sophomore.
Right. They do have a handful of upperclassmen. There's not a lot. There's just not a lot of upperclassmen at Prairieville High School. I'll explain that maybe at some point here. On 2nd down, you got the split backfield and a handoff and a first down and a nice move and a duck. And he's going to be –
looks like he might have got it.
Yeah, it looks like he's there. So it is a first down. Let's look at the replay.
That's a stretch play right there. Good job picking the hole there. Didn't have a whole lot of running room, but he made the running room. A good running back can make an offensive lineman look good when they make a mistake.
And that was Doucette, I believe, on the carry. He was taken down by Schmidt and Delapass. And so it is a first down for Thrive, so they get their first down of the night. We are 9 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0. Prairieville leads Thrive. So shotgun and a whistle.
You may have illegal motion.
A timeout.
Nope, timeout.
Looks like a timeout has been called. And so we'll keep it here during that timeout. And let's talk about some some of the things that we're going to look at. Obviously, this is the first meeting. We often do that all-time meeting thing because you have all these teams that have played each other. This is obviously the first game, so this is definitely the first meeting. They'll meet again next season, week 1. Prairieville is going to be part of District 5, 5A, and that's a tough district that they're going to be playing in. So as you look at those teams right there, Troy.
Yeah, both of those districts, both teams will be in tough districts. Prairieville obviously going in with their rivals, Dutchtown, East Ascension, and Santa Maria. And then you got the teams from Livingston Parish. Denham Springs very much improved this year. Also, Walker's got a really good team. Walker was, I think, picked to win the district. We'll talk about District 9 1A after.
Yeah. It's going to be 1st and 10. You got the man in motion. That's Doucette. And there's a handoff, trying to make room, and nothing doing right there. And let's see, they're going to spot it as maybe a slight loss. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. That's Rose on the carry. So talk about some of these teams that Thrive plays in that 1A district.
You're going to play perennial powers like Kentwood and Southern Lab, teams that normally win state championships or play for state championships.
Everybody knows those two teams, for sure.
Central Private's a part of that group as well. But so difficult task for Thrive in that district.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. So it's going to be 2nd down. Looks like we're going to say 10. And there's a quick pass and a good job on defense with the pursuit and making the tackle. Number 31, Cade Abear, coming up from his outside linebacker spot.
It's a nice play by Abear. That ball was thrown out quick, but boy, the receiver, I think the receiver realized I better get down on the ground real fast because I got a heat-seeking missile coming right at me.
And that's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. So it marks it back right at the 30-yard line on that right hash. So it's 3rd and 13. They got to get to the 43 for a first down. 7:33 left to go in the first quarter. Got 2 receivers split left, 2 right. 1 man in the backfield with the quarterback. Now Doucette goes in motion, and they're going to swing it out to him on the right side, and he will maybe get a yard or 2, but good pursuit there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. I believe that was Eric Williams, number 9, who came in on that tackle.
Orbit motion right there behind the quarterback. They'll toss it out. Just too much speed on the outside right there. Can't get outside. The footing should be okay because we're on a brand new turf, but still, just too many bodies, too many blue jerseys out there.
So it's 4th down, and right now they're set up for the punt, it looks like. The punter, if that's him, is not set up very deep. And he gets a quick punt away, and it's going to be short. And basically the punt returner is telling everybody, get out the way, don't touch it. And he's kind of frustrated because that was something that maybe he thought if it was a little bit longer, he could have gotten something out of that. And he's kind of frustrated that it took a good roll, too.
Yeah, Aguilera's the punt quarterback, and he punts as well. So, but you are right, Jeff. He was not at the normal 13 to 14 yards back there.
Right.
He looked like he was more like at about 8 yards.
Yeah. Maybe they're putting a little, maybe planting a seed in the head of that defense. But when you're in a 4th and 12 or a 4th and 13, you're probably not going to have a lot of options to go for it right there. So they just went ahead with the punt, and now Prairieville is going to come out on their 3rd possession of the night. First one was a fumble. Second one was a touchdown. So here comes Prairieville and the handoff. And that's Dempry, I believe, and he's got a first down and then some. So nice run by Cole Dempry, sophomore running back for Prairieville.
Yeah, it was a trap off the left side. You see number 52 pulling, got out in front of him, did a nice job, picked up big gain on first down.
And so big run right there, close to midfield. They're still on the Prairieville side of the field at the 49. You got one back, I believe that's Dempry, split to the right.
Green at the sideline.
Green checking out.
Might be changing the play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to now move Wallace into the backfield. Actually, that's number 30. Payne. And that's going to be Payne with the carry. And he's going to get past midfield, and a flag comes in.
See, they're going to be a face mask or a hold on the offensive line, one of the two. Where it came from the It came from the umpire, I believe.
So they're talking it over. And that's good sportsmanship, handing the flag back to the
You typically don't see
official.
that.
Yeah. So you were talking about how this coach over here, Bro, that you know from Donaldsonville, trying to teach sportsmanship and teach good leadership of this team. You can tell he did that right there.
The referees are laughing about it right now. They can actually pick it up. They were probably talking about a potential face mask.
Yeah.
But good job of the officials to talk about it. It maybe didn't have enough of the face mask.
Yeah, there was a grab, but I thought it was more toward the shoulder pad. I agree with that. So it's 2nd and 8. And there's the handoff. And trying to cut outside. Good spin move. And a first down and more. Nice run there by Courtney Payne, sophomore running back for Prairieville.
Watch Courtney go to work right. His counter, pull 2 guys, spins out of this arm tackle, spins out of another arm tackle, puts his head down, picks up some extra yardage. They finally get him down.
And it's a first down, and at 6 minutes, we're going to take a hydration break. It's not really hot out here because it's so rainy, but they're going to still take a break right here. And this might give me an opportunity to talk about something I was bringing up earlier. A lot of these kids who are playing on the Prairieville and Dutchtown side, a lot of them were from that Dutchtown side and from Sanamaw, because basically Prairieville took most of their student body from those 2 schools. But the problem was that a lot of kids had the option to either stay at Sanamaw or Dutchtown or come to Prairieville, and a lot of football players opted to stay at those 2 schools because they're doing so well and they have a great program, and they had a very deep run last year, both of those schools. And so a lot of the players decided to stay at Dutchtown and Sanamaw. So the guys that they have here are a lot of guys that are young sophomores who didn't play. They were on the freshman team last year. That's why they're so young right now.
I'll tell you what I would have done, maybe get them to take a tour of this place. That might have made a couple more guys come over, because this is a beautiful facility.
It definitely is. The field house is outstanding.
Prairieville has the first down on the 30.
So now it's 1st and 10. Ball at the 38. Green looking right, going deep. And he's got a receiver down there, and it's caught at the 10 to the 5. 1st and goal, catch by number 83 for
Green's pass
the
is complete to number 83,
Hurricanes, Brody Creel. Make that actually number 23. That was number 23, Parker Feist.
That was an outstanding throw by Green.
Yes.
Put it right where it's supposed to be. Had pretty good coverage out there, right over the defensive back. Now they set themselves up 1st and goal.
So that was Feist, not Creel with the catch. And a pitch out. And gets inside, turns around, and is wrestled down at about the 4-yard line. So a short gain by Payne.
I would say Coach Bro, when he's going to look at this film, he's going to like, I think, what he sees from his guys. They're really flying to the football. They're playing physical.
Yeah.
They want to play the game, it looks like.
So now you have the I formation, and they're going to give it to the back inside, and that's number 22, Braden Duke. And it's going to be short of the end zone.
I had a chance to watch Braden Duke in his first couple of seasons over at Ascension Christian. Very physical young man. He was a really good football player. Had to play early at Ascension Christian as a freshman.
3rd and goal, and inside, and the keeper for the touchdown. And so back-to-back touchdown drives, and that's Charlie Green in the end zone for the touchdown.
Green calls his own number right there. Got behind that big offensive line. Did a fantastic job. They wedge blocked that thing. The offensive line coach, I know him very well, Dean Buckland. He's going to pat his guys on the backside on that, because he's going to see some really good blocking.
And also a shout-out to offensive coordinator David Feaster. He's done a good job with this offense as they try to make it 14-0. The extra point from Lions is good, and it is 14-0. 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and we're going to take another break. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Bertolo's Pizzeria is proud.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition. Relief Windows, Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Our wonderful sounding
14-0.
AV
Back-to-back touchdown drives for Prairieville High School. Jeff Porsche with you along with Troy LaBeouf, and it's been a great start for Prairieville after the fumble on the first play of the game.
I think Coach Feaster's done a good job of mixing it up offensively. They've gotten a little bit of spread, but they've also gotten a traditional eye that you don't see very, very much from offenses anymore, and they just go on a lot of power football. They've run some counters. They're just coming right downhill against this Thrive team.
And they have done well on defense as well. Defensive coordinator Austin Thomas trying to pitch the shutout. He's done that so far here tonight. 2 drives so far for Thrive. One resulted in a fumble, and in the second one, they got a first down but didn't get any further than that. Here's the kickoff, and it's going to be taken and dropped at the 16. Now it's picked up and trying to run and break some tackles. Gets down to the 28 before he's escorted out of bounds by number 9, Eric Williams.
Take a look at it right here. Lejeune on the return. What they're doing, they're kicking it toward the sideline. They take away the middle of the field because if the returner tries to take it to the middle of the field, he's not going to have time to set up blockers.
Yeah.
So they just hoping to keep him along that sideline, use the sideline as another defender, get him out of bounds pretty quick. I like what I see so far from the special teams, which are obviously it's a part of the game. It's a third of the game.
And doing a good job of guiding him to that sideline, like you said. I was wondering if he was going to take that return or if he was going to see if that ball was going to roll out of bounds. He decided to opt for the return, got up to the 27, so it's 1st and 10 for the Thrive Bulldogs. There's a little pitch, and that's Bridgewater. He's going to not quite make it to the 30-yard line. Well, it'll depend on the spot. They may give him the 30.
I tell you what, they swarm to the football quick.
Yep.
He looks like he had a little bit of running room, and then all of a sudden you saw the Hurricane defense just coming right after him. They scraped down the line of scrimmage.
Yep. And it's hard to see with all that blue out there. You can definitely tell that somebody who was picking the school colors must be a Seattle Seahawks fan because it looks exactly like their uniforms out there with the blue and the kind of lime green. It's nice out there. It's a good new uniform combination here in Ascension Parish. 2nd and 8 for Thrive.
Check with me on the sideline.
And a quick pass, and it's a little low and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was number 3, Bennett, for Thrive. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and long, and you love to have those situations, right, Coach?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, even if he catches the football right there, his knee was on the ground, he would have been down. But no, you can do so many things defensively when it's 3rd and long right here. Let's see if they do some movement up front, try to stem the front, and maybe blitz some of these guys.
Got a score update for you over at East Ascension. East Ascension trailing Brother Martin 7-0, 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
That's a good team East Ascension's playing tonight in Brother Martin.
So now it's 3rd down. And I think they ruled out a catch, and there's a sack, and it's picked up and recovered. 1st down for Prairieville, 1st and goal, and they may be in business for a 3rd score here in the first quarter.
They, just like I thought, they sent the pressure here. Watch the blue jerseys just pour through, and this is a defensive lineman's dream.
Yep.
Now, his defensive line coach may tell him, jump on that football and secure it, but he saw that touchdown in front of him, just couldn't quite get in there.
Sacked by Daniel Williams, number 99. Fumble recovery by Montrell Cleveland, number 51. And so a good combo job by the D-line for the Prairieville Hurricanes. And now it's 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. They're trying to make it 21-0 here in the first. Green at quarterback. Dempry inside the 5 and down at the 4.
Like a right tackle had a little early movement. Jumped the gun just a little bit. They're going to back him up.
Okay, so you do get the penalty. So they're going to move that back past the 10-yard line. It's still going to be 1st and goal. There's 3:40 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 14-0. Prairieville with the lead.
2 tight ends in the package.
A little scrambling there to set up on the defensive side. Now we're ready to go. The officials holding it up, waiting for everybody to set up.
Oh, you're welcome, brother.
So now a little reverse, and this is Wallace inside the 5, and Wallace gets his second touchdown if the flag is against Thrive. We'll have to wait and see.
Let's see what that flag is right there. It's on the edge. It could be a hold. It could be a face mask. It's going to be one of the two.
I'll tell you what it's probably going to be. It's probably going to be a hold, and I'll tell you why I probably know that. Because in the Jamboree against Dutchtown, it was 7-0 Dutchtown, but about halfway through the first quarter, they ran that exact same play inside the red zone. It went for a touchdown. At the end of the play, they threw a flag, and it was a hold. So they probably didn't fix the problem. I think that's what probably happened right
Saturday
there.
morning film, they'll be talking about it again.
Yep. And they were all excited. They were about to tie up Dutchtown, and the flag came out really late, just like it did right there after the guy was crossing into the end zone. It was frustrating out there for them, I know for sure, and now they're going to be really frustrated now after that penalty. So now it's going to be a rollout. Green in trouble, and he's going to get rid of it, I believe. And there's a late flag. They may call an intentional grounding right there.
I think it's going to be intentional grounding.
Yeah.
That almost could have been a live ball.
Yeah. I think his hand was definitely going forward. We'll probably see that if we can get a replay after the penalty.
I'd be surprised if they don't call intentional grounding. There it is. There's the call right there.
Yep. So now it goes from getting in the end zone to 3rd and goal from the 30.
They had the ball at the 7, I believe, first and goal.
Exactly. That's frustrating.
It should be second, huh, since it's 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Actually, almost first.
Yeah, it's actually second down because you had the penalty on the first play, and then you had the false start, and then you had the penalty on the touchdown run. So I believe it's 2nd and goal, and now because of the penalty, they're going to assess another 5 yards.
Danielle, you can't get a first down. It's only the down marker. I mean, a down box.
2nd and goal from the 37, and a long pass out there, caught, but can't really do much about it. Steps out of bounds. And so that is, I believe, Regilio with the catch. Branson Regilio, senior receiver for Prairieville.
Number 18. Jeff, he threw that from the right hash over across the field. That's a pretty strong arm to get the football, which I thought was on a nice trajectory right to him across the field.
I've seen him for a couple of games, and he definitely has a good arm. It's going to bring up 4th and goal, and they're probably just going to go for it from this point as Dempry carries it to about the 20-yard line.
Would be a bad opportunity to maybe try a long field goal. I think they're going to think about it. It would be
about a 38-yarder.
Yeah. They're going to just go ahead and go for it right here, but it could have given him an opportunity to try it.
So we are now 2:55 left to go, and Green looking the fade to the end zone, and it's just overthrown. He was intending that for Hudson Detman, sophomore wide receiver, number 14. And so that was good coverage there also by defensive back number 17, Christopher Patton for Thrive.
Yeah, go right on the outside. Good leverage by the defensive back. Give credit to Thrive. They could have mailed it in when the ball was on the 7 after they fumbled, but they played hard defensively, and they get a stop.
And so that'll stop the clock with 2:49 left to go. It's pretty slow-moving first quarter. You've had some turnovers. You've had some touchdowns. So there's been a couple of breaks here. That is not actual thunder, y'all. So don't worry. We're not going into a break. That's part of the branding out here. Everything is branded for Hurricanes.
Coach Bro and Thrive, they really need to try to get something going offensively. Give some of those defensive guys a break.
Yep. Let's see what they do right here. Nice patience. Turns the corner, and we'll pick up about 4 or 5. So just a good job of running right there, waiting for his blockers. That is number 8 on the carry. That's Doucette.
Knocked out of bounds.
He's able to bounce it on the outside. Did pick up a nice gain.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 7. Ball at the 29-yard line. They need to get to the 36 for a first down. Running the shotgun, one back behind him. They fake it to him. Pressure. And he's going to go down. I believe that's what Daniel Williams again. And the ball's on the ground for a 3rd time.
Ethan Aguilera on the carry.
Let's see what they're going to decide. Prairieville says they have the ball. I think they do. First down, Prairieville. And another turnover. That's 3 turnovers in the first half caused by the Prairieville defense.
Aguilera was in a lot of trouble right here. The ball came out late. You saw good job of the defense. Defensive lineman to get down in the scrum and jump on that football, and they pick up their 3rd turnover. We got 4 fumbles. I'm keeping the track of the fumbles in this one. See what kind of record we set tonight.
Right. This is the 3rd turnover. So right now Prairieville is +2 on the turnover. And that's where you want to be. And when you get that, you usually win football games. And so they're about to enter the red zone for the 4th time here tonight, perhaps. They scored on their first 2 red zone possessions. They didn't get any points on their 3rd, but now 2 plays later, they got the ball back. So now you got that eye again, and they go outside to Wallace, and nice move, gets about 5 on the carry. So that's going to bring up 2nd down, and now they're in the red zone for sure.
Yeah, it's counter. Pull 2 guys from the backside. Watch the 2 big linemen pull. 52-76. Good seal block. But good job coming up on the edge over there by number 7 for Thrive. Isaiah Doucette to come up and make the tackle.
So 2nd down and a long 5, probably 6. Shotgun, and they look right, and they're kind of setting up that bubble screen, and Detman can't get his hands on it. They had the blocker set up, and it could have gone for some yardage, but it just lost the handle right there.
Well, the quarterback Green had to throw the ball a little bit before he wanted to. He had the pressure coming on him.
And looking at it on the replay, it looked like the defenders kind of broke the seal right there, and so probably wouldn't have gone for that much, even if it was complete. So now it's a 3rd down and a long 5 with 1:13 left to go in the first quarter. So Green with 3 receivers right, nobody left. You got 1 man in the backfield with him. And there might be some confusion. The play clock is at 0. Okay, so the play clock is not working. That's what it is. A fade to the end zone, and it is up for grabs, and incomplete, and a 4th down. And so I believe that was intended for Feist again.
It's really nice coverage.
Yep.
By number 8, Tommy Anderson, a senior for Thrive. He went up there and knocked the football down. The ball was thrown pretty well. I thought he had a couple of receivers he could have chose to throw the football to, but Anderson did a good job knocking it down.
So now it's 4th and long 5. You see Dempry in the backfield with Green right there. And they're going to go outside with Wallace, turns the corner at the marker, and that's going to depend on the official. And it looks like it's right there. That's going to be a hard one to tell from the far side there whether they're going to get it or not.
Well, they had a collision over there. He's right at the mark.
Doucette kind of wrestled him out of bounds, and it looks like it's a 1st down for Prairieville as the rain continues to fall. At about 4:30, just the bottom fell out for almost an hour. And I tell you what, Troy, I'm grateful that the Ascension Parish schools have turf fields.
There's no doubt about it. That was the greatest decision they've made in regards to athletics.
1st down, and there's Dempry inside the 5. And he's still trying to get a little extra yardage, but they're going to give him forward progress, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 inside about the 5-yard line.
That's a trap play. The trapper was trying to get to the guy that he wanted to trap, but he was running away from him. But Dempry hits the hole very quick.
Yeah. In the Jamboree, he had a really nice play where he caught a little swing pass and made a beautiful spin move and got about 10 extra yards. He's a good player out there as well. 2nd and about 4, and that's Dempry again. He wants to get in on the scoring. I know that. I think it's going to be 1st and goal, perhaps, from the 1.
Yeah, Wallace has got a touchdown so far. Green's got a touchdown. Their backfield mate.
Yep.
Dempry wants to get involved in that, like you said. Sophomore, good-looking runner. Mm-hmm. He's going to get bigger and stronger. Yep. He's got 2 more years to put some stuff, some weight on and get in that beautiful weight room over here.
So it's going to be 1st and goal, and I believe Thrive is coming out to call a timeout. And I'll tell you one other reason why Dimpri wants to get into the end zone, because if Charlie Green got into the end zone and Dimpri doesn't get into the end zone, when they get to second block American history class with Mr. Porsche, Cole's going to have some explaining to do. But we'll leave that for another thing and talk about some other things that are happening. Let's look at 5A because that's our bread and butter here on Rev Sports. So let's talk about all the teams that are in there and what they did last season.
Denham Springs was 3-7 last year under Brett Beard. They ain't got to be 3-7 this year. I promise
they're
you.
very rarely that.
I don't know if you saw what they did to Zachary in the Jamboree.
No,
18-0.
Wow,
which was very obviously a little surprising, but I know Brett Beard and the staff do a great job. Dutchtown looks to be strong again. I mean, you know a lot of those kids over there. LaKeedron Harvey's a big running back for him. He's just got a Penn State and Miami offer as well.
Yeah.
And big Josh Lewis, a defensive lineman from Dutchtown, is going to Missouri. So they got some guys. Andrew Fields is a wide receiver that's going to Northwestern. East Ascension's got a bunch of guys as well. Some really good players. But Ron McZeal is a two-way athlete for him. Live Oak has one of the top freshman receivers. Watch out. You'll see his name come up. Santa Ma, I think Santa Ma's going to be strong again. Cooper Babin's a quarterback. He's a junior. And Walker, like I said, in the preseason polls, Walker was picked to win the district.
Yeah. I think Dutchtown and Santa Ma are going to have something to say about that, and you never know about EA with their new coaching staff. First down and second effort, touchdown. And it's 20-0. I believe that was Wallace. Let's see on the replay. I think it is.
We had a collision right there. I thought he had stopped him.
Yeah, number 2 got his hands on him, but that was Bridgewater, but Wallace just too much, and was able to break free of the arm tackle and get into the end zone. And now it's 20-0, and Lions will come in to kick the extra point. And we have a whistle.
And a flag.
So, some substitutions.
A couple of guys coming to the sideline. I'm gonna have to get get a sub in there. 2 subs in there. I don't know. Maybe they it was an equipment situation where they had to come out.
I'm not sure.
But 2 guys came out.
And it's high, and it looks like Green's going to have to hold it, and he's not going to get there as Bridgewater makes the tackle and the stop. And so the point after is no good. And so that makes our score 20-0, as you see. Green is the holder. He's also the quarterback.
Which makes me it always made me nervous as a coach.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times your quarterback is your holder, but, man, you certainly don't want to get anybody hurt, but you definitely don't want to get your quarterback hurt on a holding for an extra point.
And there's 14 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, 20-0. We're going to keep it here because we're going to go to a commercial break at the end of the first quarter. As you see, in the store and the concessions over in the field house, they're watching Rev. I told them to put it on, and they did it.
And they listening to you.
Yep. So what do you think about this team here in the first quarter? What do you like so far?
I'll tell you what, I like how Thrive plays. I mean, Thrive is playing hard, but the team you're asking me about is your team that you teach for here at Prairieville High School. Been impressed so far. They play very hard. They fly to the football. They're very physical, what I see so far. I think it's going to take time to get the program up and running, but I think they're on the right path.
And so good open field tackle there as number 5 on the return is taken down. And that was Lejeune on the return. And so let's look at it right here. Who is that?
25.
It looks like number 25, Austin Gaines.
35, Nigel Turner.
So good job by Gaines with the tackle right there. And they're going to look for perhaps a 4th turnover here with 7 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Well, obviously Thrive needs to hang on to the football here.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't just keep handing it right to them. They got to take care of it a little bit better than they're doing. But the pressure up front, they're just pouring through the offensive line. They're just disrupting them just about every play. Thrive's had a little success on a couple plays here or there, but they don't have a lot of offense.
and they're going to just take a knee and get to the second quarter. So they're going to take the little short loss right there, and we're going to take a break because we are at the end of the first quarter. Our score after one, Prairieville 20, Thrive Academy 0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
20-0, Jeff Porsche and Troy LaBeouf with you on the Rev Game of the Week. And Prairieville trying to win their inaugural game as a high school football team.
A couple updates on scoring. Brother Barton East Ascension tied at 7. No, check that. 7-3 East Ascension with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And Bird over Santamar 7-0. I'm assuming that's either early second or late first.
Yeah, those are some good matchups. East Ascension and Santamar with some tough opponents. Dutchtown also playing a tough game against Madison Prep. Second down, and gets past a couple of guys and gets about 3 or 4 past the original line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up about third down and 7.
That's one of the better offensive plays right there. Just a little quick toss to number 4. Let him try to break containment on the outside. He had to run a long ways to pick up the 4 or 5 yards.
That's Kieron Ross, number 4, junior running back. So it's going to be third down and 7. They got to get to about the 30-yard line. They're at about the 23.5, maybe the 24. See a good shot of Aguilera right there. And that's low on the ground. He was able to pick it up without taking a knee, and he is going to get close. Pins on the spot.
Sometimes those plays turn into positive plays. There's a late flag right there. We'll see what that's about. But, yeah, he rolled it back there to him, and it almost looked like some of the defenders just stopped playing right there. Maybe thought he was going to go down when the ball rolled back there. We'll see what the official.
I think they're ruling it a first down. Creel was the tackler, number 83, personal foul, face mask. I don't think that was Creel because he got him from behind, so somebody must have came in after the play and grabbed the face mask. So it's going to be first down for Thrive Academy. And so they moved the ball. They haven't moved the ball very far here tonight. So it's Feist, perhaps.
First and 10 for Thrive at the 45-yard
So now the ball at the 45. First and 10 for the Bulldogs. We're just starting the second quarter. And there's a snap a little high. And only can get so far before he's taken down by a 77 Gabe Ford.
So Kieron Ross played quarterback on that play. I don't know if Aguilera got banged up a little bit on that last run, but he wasn't in there. Looks like he's coming back in now.
Yeah. And so he's back in, but it's going to be second down and long.
What I've seen out of him, Jeff Aguilera, he's tough.
Yeah,
he's taking some hits in this game.
And he's going both ways because we talked about there's a small roster on that Thrive Academy team. So second down and long, and a quick pass complete, and gets past midfield, and a nice hard hit delivered by the receiver, and get some extra yardage.
Yeah, that's just a quick screen to the outside. Probably had a block in the back over there. Maybe the referee thought he didn't get on the back of the numbers, but a good run. And this is their best offensive series so far.
Yeah, that's David Burns on the reception. They were on the Prairieville side of the field earlier, but then they fumbled on the first play. They recovered a fumble in Prairieville territory, but then they fumbled on the next play, and that didn't fool anybody. and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, just took too long to run that play right there. I don't know if he wanted to definitely pull it and keep it, but defense did a good job staying in their lanes and not over pursuing.
Yeah, and we're going to give credit to Stan Delapass right there because he's the guy who got the initial coverage on the quarterback, and then Creel came and wrapped him up. It's going to be 4th and 4, and looks like they're setting up perhaps for a punt. The quarterback's about 7 yards deep, and they are going to punt. And that kind of fooled everybody because Prairieville had assumed that they were going to go for it, and that's another break for the Bulldogs because the roll gets down to almost the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice quick kick right there by Aguilera. They didn't really make any type of substitution defensively because you got to play it safe right there to see if they're going to do some kind of fake. Aguilera being the quarterback, you never know. You can still throw it right there, but he does get a nice punt and downs it inside the 10-yard line.
And so 20-0. So far, Prairieville has been very impressive on offense. The only time that they really didn't move the ball forward was the opening drive where they fumbled on the first play, and then a situation where they had almost a 1st and goal, but then a penalty and an intentional grounding put them way far back, and they had to give it up on downs. So now we'll see what they can do here. This is their 5th possession, I believe, of the day. And that's a handoff outside and lots of yardage and a 1st down for number 30, Courtney Payne. And so big gain right there for Prairieville on 1st down.
Counter, the defense, watch. We missed the start of it right there, but they ran counter, so they want that action to go look to the right. Everything comes back to the left. Defense over pursues to their left, which left a wide open lane on this side to pick up a big 1st down.
Got a new quarterback who's come in a couple of plays, and we'll bring him up right now, Skylar Kelly, number 0. But there's a handoff, and that is Payne again. And he gets a modest gain this time of about 2 to 3. So it's going to bring up 2nd down at about 7.
Kelly, a sophomore, just like Green. Just off tackle right there. Tries to spin out of it, but a good job gang tackling by Thrive.
Yeah, they do a good job right there. And that ball's on the ground, and there's a fight for it. And that looks like about a 50-50 option right there on who came up with it. I think that it looks like it's going to be Prairieville possession.
Yeah.
No, now they come up with the ball. Yep. I knew the moment I said that was going to happen. Looked like number 50 came up with it, Albert Simmons.
Prairieville's 2nd fumble right there. Looks like I thought initially Prairieville had fell on the football, but when you got that pile, you never know what's going on in that pile.
I thought I saw the white cap signal that the ball was down, but I think he was just saying the ball's right there or something like that. And so it is Prairieville ball. So I think that's what I noticed. The referee had decided that the ball was down, so it's a break for Prairieville, 3rd down, and a whistle that time. The head referee there is signaling false start right off the bat.
Pre-snap penalty. That's something the coaches are going to talk about them in film tomorrow when they do meet for film. That's something they got to clean up.
Yep.
Those pre-snap penalties, because when you're going to play teams that are a little bit more advanced, it's going to hurt you behind the chain, put yourself behind the chains.
And there's a deep pass. Caught. Look at that one-handed catch right there. And a 1st down into Thrive territory. Big catch there by number 7, Chance Jackson.
That was a outstanding catch. Yep. He one-handed it. I don't know if we'll have time to see the replay. They helped it back to the line of scrimmage so fast. Watch the one-handed grab right there.
Good job.
Hauls it in, makes a big run after the catch.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
And so, the quarterback keeper, and he's got room, breaks a tackle, waiting for a blocker, gets a 1st down. So that's Skylar Kelly on the carry, and he does a good job.
Yeah, it's fake the speed. fake the handoff to the left, and boy, he puts his foot in the ground, makes a nice move, puts his foot in the ground again.
First down,
gets spun around and picks up a first. I like the way Kelly runs the football, and Green runs it as well.
Yeah. So Kelly gets the first down, and he's going to stay in the game, and he's going to keep it, and he's just going to slip and hit the ground at the 30-yard line, probably lost a yard on the play.
That's that new turf.
Yeah.
That's the new turf.
This is brand new, yeah. So it's 2nd down and 11. There's 6:51 left to go before halftime. It's 20-0. Prairieville with the lead, and now we have a substitution. See Feist coming in at receiver. And quarterback Kelly rolling to his right, throws, and that's nearly a turnover right there. As good coverage on the defense. That pass intended for Lawson Thompson, number 12, so it's 3rd down.
Calhoun went nice breaking the ball up right there. But what I liked about Kelly, kept his eyes downfield. What they were looking for the fullback on the wheel route, but it was covered.
And Christopher Patton was there on the coverage for Thrive on Lawson Thompson, and so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. 6:23 left to go in the second quarter. And there's a carry up the middle, and it's going to be 4th down and long. That's Duke.
Quick trap to the fullback right there. Picked up a couple of yards.
They're going to go for it right here. That's what we've seen all night. They're really not in a situation to kick long field goals, and especially in this weather and with a new team setting up. They probably hadn't had a lot of special teams practice. And so we're going to break right here because we're at the hydration break. We will keep it here with our score 20-0, and we're going to look at the REV Sports Game of the Week upcoming schedule. And next week I will be over at Ascension Christian, Central Private at Ascension Christian. That's our annual ACHS game. And then in 2 weeks, Collegiate at Dutchtown for homecoming and John Kennedy at Santa Ma. In order to get that live streamed, you have to go to either Rev Sports or Rev Sports 2 and subscribe to that, and then you see the replay times there on your screen. It will be replayed on Rev TV 4.
You're going to see the Rohan Davey show next week. Coach Davey doing a good job. That quarterback is a transfer from East Ascension. His name is J.J. LaBeouf.
Oh, okay.
He's a good quarterback. He throws the football very well. I think you're going to be impressed about what Coach Davey's going to put out on the field. They're starting to build their program. They have a couple of nice offensive linemen. Their right tackle, I think, goes about 6'5". So you're going to see some really good athletes for Ascension Christian next week.
Yeah, and I look forward to going out there every year. But I know next week it's going to be a tough game for them because they just lost their principal, Mr. Bagwell, out there, and so that's been a tough couple of weeks for them. And so we're going to see how they can do and see how they cope with all that type of stuff that's been going on with them. It's 4th down, and the quarterback's keeping it, and a nice fake, and that may have gotten them the first down. It did. So Kelly with that last second fake gets the first down.
It's going to be close, Joe.
Tackled by number 3, Jabray Bennett.
I think it's there. Yes, it is. It is a first down. Let's look at the replay.
Like they'll move the chains. Just a nice keeper. Watch the little fake right here.
Yeah, that's what I liked right there.
Able to pick up a couple of extra yards doing that, kind of freezing the defense. Well, they right back at it quickly.
I know. They love to go at that lightning pace. And so that is Sanders, I believe. That's Ivan Sanders on the carry, a new back in the backfield. And so they get down to the 10, and so it's going to be 2nd and 3, and they're back at it. And that's 33 on the carry. Job Fontenot.
Thrive was trying to make some substitutions, just not enough time to substitute. Probably some guys were gassed.
Yeah.
You had people running off, people running on. Illegal substitution.
So substitution infraction on Thrive. Okay. So that is first down. So you got lots of people out there in that backfield for Prairieville, and one thing that I noticed is kind of one of their best players in the backfield, Tayshawn Smothers, who wears number 3, and he did a good job in the Jamboree. He's in street clothes today. He's not going to be seeing action, and he's a guy that's definitely going to be a big part of their backfield for the rest of the season if he can play. So now you have Kelly, and up the middle to Dempry. Cuts outside off the left side, and he is down inside the 5.
That was a belly play on the left side. Quarterback will reverse out right here. They'll get down with the lineman. And nice job defensively, just holding to a short gain.
And quarterback keeper walks in the end zone with a late horse collar. And that's going to be a penalty, but Skylar Kelly doesn't care because he gets the touchdown.
They're either going to put that, they could take it on the kickoff, or if they want to do something on the conversion here, I would probably take it on the kickoff.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. That would make the score 26-0 with 4:35 left to go.
That's a very dangerous play right there when that happens.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
What do they call a horse collar?
So the horse collar penalty, and you'll see it here.
Fake it to the fullback, keep it inside. I don't think it was intentional.
And you could see, like, he just kind of ran past him. He was just reaching out for him and grabbing him, and sometimes when you do that, you just hit the wrong spot. Number 47, Luke Lyons. And it's on the ground. Lyons is in trouble, and he's going to go down.
Yeah, the snap looked like it was really good.
Good.
Just couldn't handle snap and get it on the tee.
And so our score 26-0. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Welcome back. 26-0. 4-yard run by Skylar Kelly gives Prairieville a 26-0 lead. And you got some other things to bring up here. I think they got some score updates, right?
Yeah, we do have some scoring updates. C.E. Bird 7, Santa Maria 3. That's a second quarter score. And Brother Martin has taken a 14-3 lead over East Ascension. That's in the second quarter as well.
Yeah. I wonder if they're having some of those slick football problems that we're seeing out here tonight, because I'm sure that over at Spartan Stadium they got the same rain that we got over here in Prairieville. They're going to, and you were talking about the penalty, the horse collar penalty, they're going to assess it on the kickoff, so you're going to kick from the 45-yard line.
Now, this is a situation, Jeff, as a coach, you could possibly try to onside right here.
Yeah.
Being that the ball's advanced all the way up to their 45, or you may just try to kick it out of the end zone.
Good shot of Luke Lyons.
You could try to pin him inside the 5.
And they go into the end zone.
Yeah, they kick that one out of the end zone. That's automatic.
Yeah. And when you can do that, that's always a good option, because you never want to risk the long return.
A little extracurricular activity going on that kickoff right there.
Yeah.
Referee's going to keep a close eye on it, because when the score starts to swell up right there, that's when tempers start to flare. But I think the officials did a good job of jumping in there and just getting both teams to their sidelines.
Yeah. This is good for the morale of Prairieville so far, because last week they lost 34-0 to Dutchtown in the Jamboree, and it was a situation where the game was close for most of the first half, and then in the second half, LaKeedron Harvey busted some runs and made it a bigger score than maybe the what you saw in the field for most of the night had indicated. So they were kind of their pride was hurt a little bit, and so
the number 22. That's 22 years of Dutchtown history over there playing football versus
exactly
first year for Prairieville.
Yeah, their pride got hurt a little bit because some of those guys played for Dutchtown last year, so they wanted to go prove something here tonight, and they've done a good job so far. Trying to set up the screen, and that's not going anywhere.
You see Aguilar a little frustrated right there.
Yeah. And you see number 6, Delapass. He's been all over the field here today. He got the receiver right there.
Aguilar's actually going to go to the sideline and get the play. I thought he was coming out for a second, but he just went over to the sideline and get the play.
So that was Burns on the catch, loss of 5.
Been impressed so far with Prairieville's defensive secondary. They really pounce on the football. They come up and make solid tackles.
And I like the defensive front, too. The front 4 have put pressure on the quarterback here a lot tonight as well. Second down. And look at that. Is that Delapass again? Check him out. On back-to-back big plays.
Yeah, big play right there. Just fighting off the block. That's how you teach it as a defensive line coach. You fight off that block. Number 15 was trying to get David Burns, was trying to block him. He just couldn't. Fight it off, go make the tackle.
3:25 left to go here before halftime. I want to remind you, too, that at halftime we're going to have an interview with the principal here at Prairieville High School, Randy Loving, and he's got a lot to talk about. If you've ever heard an interview with Randy Loving, he's always got a lot to talk about, right, Troy?
He know Randy very well. Outstanding guy, and he's I know he's excited about things going on here at Prairieville.
So third down and about 20. Taking their time. And there's the snap. Quick pass. Or did he drop it?
He did. Tried to run before he catches it.
And so trying to get that to number 1, Devin Johnson, senior wide receiver. So a punting situation. So could Prairieville get more points? They got 2:39 left to go. I don't think they've called any timeouts. So they have plenty of time. They're going to get the ball most likely on the Thrive side of the field.
Again, punter Aguilar set up real short.
And an end-over-end kick. And this one kind of takes a neutral bounce. Maybe a little bit of a Prairieville bounce. And it's going to be down to the 41. So real good position here, Troy.
Yeah, good field position. With 2:27, you can run your 2-minute offense right here. You do have some timeouts to go as well. Try to put a cap on it for which was been a solid first half for Prairieville.
Absolutely. You had the turnover on the first play, and you had that intentional grounding that kind of killed a drive earlier. But other than that, those are the negatives, but the positives have definitely outweighed the negatives.
Yeah, a couple of pre-snap penalties I think the coach is going to talk about, but overall I think they've been pretty clean offensively. And defensively, they've flown to the football. They've given up you talk about explosive plays of 15 or 20 yards. They haven't given up many of those tonight.
It's Charlie Green. He'll take the field. Shotgun, quick pass to Dempry. And the blockers just weren't there, but he still manages to probably get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was setting a screen up on the left side, but boy, the defense was not fooled by Thrive. They went right. They really went to the spot where the screen was going to be and even give the offensive lineman a chance to get out there and make a block.
So now the clock still running, 2:04 left to go before halftime. Prairieville in no hurry. They have a comfortable lead anyway. Quick pass right, caught. And gets past the wave, but grabbed from behind. So still moving, and good effort there, but only going to get a yard or so.
Big-time tackle over there on that sideline by 17, Christopher Patton.
Yeah.
Picked him off of the ground. They set up the screen again, the lineman. I thought it was going to be a middle screen where the lineman released to, but they were setting over a bubble screen to the right.
And the receiver was Naden Paul, number 88. So third down and 9, 145. Green looking for the long ball, got a receiver and overthrew him by a couple of inches. And that's a fourth down. That would have been 6 right there.
That would have been. He got behind. That was a 4 vertical routes right there by Prairieville, and I think he could have possibly picked any of the 4 to throw the football to right there. All of them looked like they had a step on the defensive back.
I think that might have been Wallace. And I like Green's arm. He's just a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds. He's not a big guy, but he's got a big arm for that size. 4th down and 9, passing situation. They're going to do a little swing, and that was read beautifully. And good tackle there by number 4, Kieron Ross. And so Thrive stands up to the occasion right there, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's a plus for him right there. You know, watch. This is how you do it defensively. You know, he's there right at the right time. He doesn't target of any sort. He makes a big hit, but it's a clean hit.
Yeah.
And he gets to the receiver right after he catches it.
You see that right there on that possession. You had those 2 little swings to Dempry on that left side, but really neither one of them had a chance because Thrive read the play very well, and their defense was there.
I thought Thrive's defensive series right there was the best of the game so far.
Absolutely.
They had to deal with 2 screens and that quick pass out to the left over here, and they really sniffed out all of them.
So 1:26 left to go before halftime. We believe that the Prairieville High School band is going to perform at halftime, and so if they do, we will give you that, and if not, we may bring Randy Loving in a little bit early for the interview. We will see as Randy walks into the building. And there's a handoff and being pursued and doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. And good job there after the run by Kieron Ross by the Prairieville defense.
Yeah, defense really strung that play out, forced it to the sideline, made a good open field tackle.
So 1:17 and the clock has stopped. So 2nd down and 11 for Thrive. They really haven't posed many offensive threats here tonight so far. It's been all Prairieville, 26-0 so far. Second down and 11. Man in motion. Shotgun snap, pressure, and the pass incomplete. And so good defense there by number 8.
Nice breakup.
Yeah.
Got a hand in there.
Actually, number 9, Williams, was the player with the coverage.
It almost looked like a screen. The lineman just didn't give you any resistance offensively, and they poured right through there.
Yeah, it looked like they were setting up the screen, but really nothing was happening. So we got a timeout right here, and so again, we'll remind you what's going on. For halftime, we are expecting perhaps a performance from the Prairieville band and perhaps the dance team, the Storm Steppers, and we'll give you that. And then in the remaining time in the halftime period, we will interview the principal, Randy Loving, and we'll talk to him at halftime and perhaps into the 3rd quarter, depending on how our conversation goes.
Scoring update, Brother Martin and East Ascension is Brother Martin leads at 14-6 at the half, and last score we had still 2nd quarter, probably close to halftime. Santa Montreal CE Bird 7-3.
3rd and 11 with 1:10 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Aguilera, the quarterback. Good shot of him. And again, setting up that screen and nearly picked off by Delapass. Williams was on the coverage.
Delapass had a shot off the tip right here. He hung in the pocket as long as he could have, just had to throw off of his back foot because of the pressure, and that almost got the tip to interception.
Clock is now stopped at 1:03. So it's 4th down. This is likely a punting situation. And they kind of have that 7-yard punt set up.
That rugby style.
Yeah.
He'll roll out to his right, try to give the coverage team to get down there in time to go cover the punt. Prairieville leave the defense out there.
Just in case. And he gets it. Wait, no, he doesn't. And it's going to be a forward pass. I thought he was about to get it away. I thought perhaps he would make it, but he didn't even try. And so kind of just a little pitch forward to the offensive lineman.
They're going to call that a completion.
Yeah. Eccles came up with the ball.
How about a big hand for that Prairieville Hurricanes defense?
I mean, I guess the closest thing that might have been would be an incomplete pass. 52 seconds left.
You can run your 2-minute offense here. You got a timeout left, I believe. Maybe 2 timeouts left.
And so here we go. One more chance.
Give credit to Thrive, Jeff. You haven't seen any of the guys with cramps or anything like that, and most of those guys are playing on both sides of the ball and playing on special teams.
One of the nice things about all this rain that we've had over the last couple of days is, at this time of the year, sometimes the game time temperature will be about 90 or 88 degrees. Definitely don't have that today. Green's going to keep it inside and maybe gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Is that Kelly back at quarterback?
Actually, that is right. Yeah, Kelly is. It is Kelly.
Number 52.
Made an initial look on his first and second read. Wasn't open, so he did a smart job just to hang on to the ball. Actually lost. Thrive will get credit with a sack right there. It's a 1-yard loss, but could have been a lot worse.
So Skylar Kelly, you've seen him more in the second quarter. You've seen Charlie Green, who started the game. Both of them have touchdown runs on the ground. And so both of them have done pretty well so far. And they're both sophomores, so there's still a bit of competition there. And these are guys that are going to be there for 3 years, so I'm sure they're going to try to encourage a little healthy competition between those two fellas.
There's no doubt. I mean, competition's always good. You want to have a competitive at every position if you can, especially with these young guys that continue to get experience through playing in the varsity schedule in the first season.
So quick pass from Kelly. Oh, no, incomplete. Looking for Giglio.
I will stop the clock. They'll let them reset and get another play called.
Pass incomplete. Brings up second.
So 32 seconds left.
I think he rushed it, and he looked like he set his feet just a little outside of where he wanted to put the football. It was a little sticker out on the outside. Maybe try to make the catch and pick up some yards. Wheel right on the outside, see if they try to go to it.
Kelly's going to keep it. And he's got room for a first down, and he's hit out of bounds inside the 25. No flag.
He's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Clock was going to stop anyway.
Yeah. With the flag, I mean with the chains moving. Yeah.
Made his first 2 looks. Both receivers he didn't feel like were open. We're at 22-21 now. The clock continues to run. Did it get a scoring update? Donaldsonville over on the West Bank and Assumption are tied at 8 at the half.
Very interesting.
We'll see the Tigers on Rev Game of the Week a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what Coach Darnell Lee is going to do over there.
Excitement is there, I can tell you.
Yeah.
They had a jamboree victory over White Castle 21-18, but you see a lot of excitement. He's got 50-plus guys out for football.
That's awesome.
So he's really put some energy in the program, and he's got a large coaching staff of about 12 guys, too.
Yeah, we want to see that successful on the other side of the river. Clock's at 7 seconds after the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10.
Maybe a chance for one more play?
Maybe, but pressure. He gets rid of it, incomplete, 1-0, and it looks like that's going to end the first half. Let's make sure, as you see on the replay right there.
Yep, that'll take us to the half.
So it's halftime. Our score is 26-0. Prairieville with the lead. And stay tuned after the break. We're going to have our halftime entertainment, which may be an exclusive interview with the principal at Prairieville High School, Randy Loving. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Can't see back there. Come here and watch us stand.
How about a big hand for your Prairieville High Storm Steppers? Great performance. Thank you, ladies.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. an avid supporter in our community. Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for over 30 years. Here at Chris's, we do the prep work so you can be the hero at your house. We have expanded to 4 locations and now serve home-cooked hot plate lunches at our new Highland location. It takes a lot of technology to keep us running. We use REV Business and have all 4 of their services. If you have multiple locations, REV is the perfect partner for your point of sale and telephone. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Welcome back. It's halftime at Hurricane Stadium on the campus of Prairieville High School in Ascension Parish. Our score at the half, Prairieville 26, Thrive Academy nothing. And for the rest of this halftime period, we're going to have an interview, and it is my great honor to welcome my boss and principal at Prairieville High School, Mr. Randy Loving, who has been waiting 2 years plus for this night to happen. And is it as real and as wonderful as you had anticipated?
Surreal would be a good description for it.
Yeah.
Exciting. You said we've been waiting on this for 2 years, man. Our community has just embraced our school, our athletic programs, our academic programs, our PTO, our booster club, our band boosters. The whole community is just, it's been incredible, Jeff.
Yeah, and the weather tonight, I know it probably kept some people from going, but the thing that we've been talking about, a lot of the other teachers and like us coming up here when there was that downpour at like 4:30, it's on brand.
Couldn't be a more apt night for the Hurricanes to open their football season.
Yeah.
We have an invest coming in off of the storm, which I hope everybody makes out well with all the rain and everything, but pretty apt that we open up on this kind of weather.
Yeah, and these guys have played a couple of scrimmages and jamboree games. This is the first real game that's going to count in the record books, but they're not the first team that's played an official game here at Prairieville High School, right?
That's correct. Our volleyball team started the season off Tuesday night here against Lafayette Charter, and we won. They also played 2 games last night in the Assumption tournament. They beat Terrebonne, and I think they lost to Thibodaux in 3. It has been exciting. Tuesday night, we were playing freshman football versus Zachary here, and that ended up a 6-6 tie. And our student support has been incredible. You could see our student section tonight. They were at the volleyball game Tuesday night as well. We had our first pep rally today. And just the excitement and energy that they're bringing to our athletic events is incredible.
And they're not only going to be here with the football, but the other sports. And, you had the 2 sports that have already begun, volleyball and football, but there are other fall sports on the agenda that are going to be starting this week and next week.
Swimming dives in tomorrow.
How about that?
We have our first swim meet. It's going to be at Crawfish Aquatics in Baton Rouge. I think our girls start at 8 and our boys maybe, I think, at 12 o'clock. Then cross country starts the next Saturday. We are excited to get them all kicked off. It's been a fun summer, but it's been a challenging summer. All our clubs were trying to prepare and get teams ready for this moment, for their seasons to kick off. And, we're going in between construction. We're balancing having, 1 or 2 areas. Our middle schools were great support to us. They let us use their gyms and their fields. Our band practiced all summer at Prairieville Middle as well. So Prairieville Primary hosted our Storm Steppers for practice. It's been fun watching it, but to finally get to tonight and Tuesday night, it has been what the dream has felt like.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. And Troy and I were talking about this during the broadcast. A lot of times when a new school gets online, they might opt to play JV for a couple of years, or maybe not dive into like playing 5A sports. Talk about that decision and what went into that.
Well, when we sent our application into the LHSAA, at first I had thought we were going to have to play, we'd be on probation for 2 years. But I had talked to Mr. Bonine, and I got to present our case to the executive committee for our application, and they approved us to be able to play immediately. They said that, with the size that our school was going to be, and that it wasn't going to be anything where they didn't think we'd be here in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I'm very gracious to them that they gave us this opportunity. We look at our schedule, and, later on in the season, and we got Dutchtown, Santa Maria, EA, Denham, Live Oak, Walker. It's a tough district to compete in.
Yep.
For all of our sports. But, we've had the conversation about the definition of a win and what that means for our school and our kids. And, look, high school athletics isn't just about winning. To me, a win for high school athletics is teaching our kids how to become proper young men and young women, to teach them good work ethic, and for them to realize what good sportsmanship is all about. And that's our goal this year for our athletic programs, that we build that foundation so that we can succeed. But even more importantly for me, Jeff, is we've been in classrooms now for a month.
Yeah.
To say it's been a little bumpy is true, but we take each experience we get, and we try to grow from it. I am so proud of our teachers and our staff, our custodial crew and cafeteria workers, school nurse. Everybody has just come together to where our school is growing. Our school culture is becoming the Hurricane culture, and I think I can't give our staff enough credit for the hard work that they do to prepare our students. Our saying is that we're going to always love, challenge, and support our students so that they can achieve their dreams. And I do think that we are fortunate enough to have our staff not only believe it, but they live it every day.
Yeah, and it's been a challenge. That's for sure. But everybody's on board and doing a great job. And where do you go from here? Now that we've gotten through the first month, we got football online, we got volleyball online. Where do we go from here? What are some things that we can look forward to for the rest of the fall semester?
For me, my focus is we need to grow. And all assets. We want to be there for our kids to support them emotionally and socially, not just academically and athletically. And we're starting to form our clubs.
Yeah.
We had the first day of school, and we knew we had clubs that we wanted to have, but those clubs are starting to have meetings now, and it's starting to give our students the experience of what I believe high school should be. It's super important, their academics, but for me to have a well-rounded student is what opening this school is all about, and that's the culture that we want to build as we try to emulate the things that Santa Maria, Dutchtown, and East Ascension have always done well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're all trying to do is try to create a new culture at this school, and that's one of the things you're trying to do is that you want to be unique and you want to have your own traditions, and that's one of the things that's a work in progress right now.
Correct. And look, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention what a great job the contractors have done. Our buildings are beautiful.
Yes.
Our grounds are incredible. The landscaping is beautiful. I mean, you walk through our campus, and there's just an air that you want to be here. And for that to happen the first year when we opened the doors, it's just meant a lot to me. I mean, we had hurricane parties for the classes so that they could come in and walk campus before we started school. And the turnout for that, it dumbfounded me.
It was great, yes.
I mean, like we had almost all of our kids come to prep day and the hurricane parties and the freshman forecast. And it was just a great way to kick off school.
Yeah.
But from here on out, we got about a month, and we get the fall break. And when we get get back from fall break. We're going to have our first quarter exams. I think next week we're taking benchmarks.
That's right.
That's going to be an important juncture for us, a big milestone. We'll start getting Prairieville High School academic data now instead of the data that we got for our kids from the schools that they came from the other places.
Yeah, and that's it just keeps on continuing, and it's just not going to stop for a while. So, it's going to be fun.
Correct. I also want to give a shout out to my administrative team.
Yep.
Dr. Roddy, Daniel Lambert, Miss Monique Moore, and Courtney Mancuso. They have been tremendously supportive for me. They keep me level. It has been fun, but, man, like to open a new school.
Yep.
It has been a big challenge.
Yep.
I want to commend our staff, administrators, and everybody for such a tremendous job doing it. Our coaches, everybody.
Yep. You did it, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
No, you did awesome. And you're not a bad interview either. I know you're always nervous about that. Like
I do get a little nervous about it.
You got to make me look good, and sometimes it's hard to make you look good.
As long as the camera's not on me, we're in good shape. Yeah.
No, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you've done.
Hey, I got to make one quick comment, man.
Yeah.
Troy LaBeouf. Come on, bro. Like
we had no choice.
Huh?
Lyle stuck him with me. I don't know.
Troy and I coached together for about 5 years at Ascension Catholic. It was a truly a great pleasure to be able to coach with him and Bucky Mastretta and everybody else that was there.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think Bucky was a big mentor for me. And it meant a lot to get to watch Guy coach at Dutchtown.
Yeah.
But it has meant a lot this year.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yes,
you
sir.
You did a great job. So thanks a lot. Randy Loving, principal at Prairieville High School, and he's going to go watch and have some fun in here in the second half, I'm sure. You probably got to go meet with a bunch of people because everybody wants to talk to you, right?
I'm popular.
Yeah, that's what you think. All right.
Hey, everybody knows you.
Now we're ready to begin the second half, and Thrive is going to get the football to start the second half. You may remember that Prairieville received the opening kickoff, so Prairieville is going to kick to start the second half, and it was a dominant first half for Prairieville. They fumbled on the first play. You see one of the coaches right there. That's Jeffrey Dittman. He came to Prairieville from Dutchtown, and he's going to lead these special teams onto the field.
Thank you, Randy.
But
appreciate it.
After that fumble on the first play from scrimmage, and I think a lot of people here in the stadium and maybe some of us in the booth are like, oh boy, this is going to be a tough one with this weather and the slick footballs and everything. But what's been surprising, Troy, is that after that, they haven't put the ball on the ground. It's been Thrive that's put the ball on the ground, and they've had all the turnovers.
Well, I think two factors come in with the first fumble by Prairieville. A little bit too excited.
Absolutely.
And it was absolutely storming when that play happened.
Yep.
And I'm not making excuses, you know. Has a good shot at Devin Breaux down there, the head coach, he's a legend in the town of Donaldsonville and a Tulane legend as well. But I did get a word, Jeff, that we will have a running clock in the second half. So both teams have agreed to it, and it's going to go real fast.
Yeah, because it kind of got slow there with some of those incomplete passes, and like these two programs are programs in progress, and so you're going to see some mistakes, you're going to see some incomplete passes, and that kind of slowed things down. But
and don't forget the clock will still run when it's an incomplete pass. The only time the clock will stop is on a timeout or an injury.
Yeah, so we ought to get through pretty quickly, and Prairieville is 2 quarters away from perhaps getting a win in their first ever football game that counts.
I did get a Dutchtown score. Very interesting. 3-0 over Madison Prep at the half.
Wow.
So
that's very interesting.
We know what type of athletes Madison Prep has.
Yeah, they always are. They always have outstanding athletes. They won a state championship, I think, back in the COVID year, as a matter of fact. That was on the 3A level, I think.
You're correct.
So Lyons going to kick, and it's going to bounce, and The receiver's going to take it out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
That could have been disastrous.
Exactly.
For Thrive right there.
Yep.
Number 8, Tommy Anderson did a great job of jumping on that football. I thought he would try to even knock it out of bounds, so the kickoff team from Prairieville couldn't get to it because it certainly could have been another turnover.
Yes. And the clock is running. We are unable to get a clock on the ticker right there, but because of the weather, and it was hard to see when all that rain was falling down. So I'll keep you abreast of the game clock as we go.
Well, with the running clock, this is the first game of the season. Coach Bro and his staff, they know they have at least 9 more games to go. They got to try to get through this one and as the season goes along, try to continue to get better. A little bit small gains, just kind of like Coach Loving talked about, a win, a victory as far as actual victory. They're not in every sport here. They may not be looking for that. They're looking for small gains, improvement, development. You got so many, man. It is so much juggling. That's why he talked about his administrative staff.
Yeah,
the amount of juggling he has to do. And it sounds like he has a great staff.
Right,
teachers like y'all, and also coaches. I mean, you got swimming. You got volleyball, cross country, and it's not going to stop. You're going to go into the winter sports with basketball. Basketball will be starting practice in October.
Yeah, and he and Coach Schmidt, the football coach, who also serves as the AD, they got some good names and some recognizable figures to coach some of these teams, and I'm going to talk about that here tonight here in the second half. As you see a personal foul that's been assessed against Prairieville, so it's going to give Thrive a first down. And there's the snap, and Aguilera's pass is incomplete, so it's going to bring up second down, 10-18 left to go. But some of those coaches, he has some good assistants out there, but then when you look at the other sports as well, he you have a list of some of the people on the staff. You want to bring that up first?
Yeah, I mean, a guy like Austin Thomas and David Feast are 2 experienced coaches.
Yeah.
They'll serve as coordinators. Dean Buckler on the offensive line. He's a longtime offensive lineman coach, played at Nicholls State. He came over from he was one that had an opportunity to switch from Donaldsonville to here. So I'll tell you who's very important to the staff, and he's a very good one. We'll talk about it after this play.
2nd and 10, and there's a little pitch for about 3 yards. Number 8 on the carry for Thrive, and it's going to bring up third down and long.
Renee Ponsa is your head trainer.
Yes.
Renee's got a lot of experience. He's been at Donaldsonville. He's been at East Ascension. So he's had a chance to be at some other programs.
Right.
He, along with Kelly Vargas, are your trainers, and they are super, super important.
Yeah.
I see 2 beautiful, if we can get a shot of those 2 sports medicine tents down there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
They 2 nice setup tents. Also, Brock Foundation's got a tent down there, so a lot of support to put something like this on.
And it looks like the left side of the defensive line jumped. I think that's Creel, number 83. So that's going to bring up third down and 5. Some of the other coaches, they got a lot of coaches from Ascension Parish, as you see the sports medicine, so that's a good call right there. Those are very nice tents that you got right there.
And they are branded?
Yes, they are. Everything is. So on the volleyball side, their coach is Chandra Ewan. She was with y'all over at Ascension Catholic.
Awesome. She's an outstanding coach. She's been at several schools in the parish as well.
She was at Dutchtown with me when I was there, and then she went to Santa Ma, and now she's here at Prairieville. So she's done the tour of Ascension, as you say.
She certainly knows how to build a program.
Yeah. So you have her.
Kewan, I think, is the baseball coach.
Yeah, Coach Cowan, yeah.
Cowan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, from East Ascension.
So he's an outstanding coach.
Yep.
He did a good job at East Ascension. Also coached the American Legion team in the summer, which was a mixture of all the schools on this side. Ascension Catholic always would send a couple of players to come on that Legion team as well.
Right.
So basketball, 2 good coaches in basketball.
Right. You have on the girls' side, coming from Dutchtown. You got Chase Delry, and he's a good coach. He led Dutchtown to a playoff berth a couple of years ago. On the boys' side, you have Andrew Matins. He
came from U-High.
Yeah, he was an assistant at U-High, and they went to a couple of state championship games while he was an assistant.
He's been around a championship program, so.
Yeah. So we'll talk about some of the other ones in a minute. 1st and 10, quick pass. And did he take a knee? No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd down and 13.
What about softball?
So softball, you have the coach coming over from Hahnville.
Right.
As you see, that's Todd Schultz. And, his knee was definitely down at the 40-yard line. So on the softball side, you got Schultz, who's going to be paired alongside Cowan on the baseball side.
Right.
On the soccer side, that's one that everybody's really excited about because you got Coach Adrian Garcia, who's coming from Sandoval, and he's taking teams to the state quarterfinals, semifinals, and he's coming over to Prairieville. On the girls' side, you got Chris Goodall, who was at East Ascension. He's actually the girls' soccer and cross-country coach, so he got double duty for that guy. It's a 2nd down and about 13, and a good run right here. Turning the corner, he's got lots of room to go. That's Bridgewater inside the 20 and in the red zone.
Best offensive play so far for Thrive Academy, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Able to run the stretch play, was able to get outside. Couple of angles they're going to talk about on film. Got to make a better angle right there. But, the good thing about it, Prairieville didn't give up on the play. They had 4 guys get down there and try to make the tackle, which they do.
Yep, so it's 1st down and the first red zone appearance. And we are at the hydration break right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the games tonight for the viewing area. And so you have the Madison Prep at Dutchtown game, which you had updated a moment ago. We're getting periodic updates from the other games, especially Brother Martin at East Ascension, Bird at Sandoval. You got the Thrive game right here against Prairieville. Hammond is playing at Denham Springs, Live Oak at St. Paul's, Ponchatoula at Walker. That is your 5-5A schedule.
That's a lot of good football teams. Not only the teams in 5-5A, but the teams that they're playing against. A lot of really good competition in week 1.
Yeah.
Scheduling, Jeff, is very difficult. When you win, it's hard to find people to play you.
Right.
When you don't win, it's not hard to find people to play you.
You're absolutely
right. It just depends on who calls you.
Yeah.
So the schedules go for 2 years. So next year, I would venture to say, and you may know the answer to this already, Prairieville may be hosting Thrive 2 years in a row here.
I'm sure. Yeah, because there's just not enough stadiums in the Baton Rouge area. So that's something that
I think you'll see Thrive come back here next year in the 2nd year of the contract.
Yeah. Something that makes it even tougher, I'll talk about after this play, as the pass is up for grabs and incomplete. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. One of the things that makes scheduling difficult in 5-5A is now you've got an odd number of teams because it was at 6. Now it's 7, which means that every week a team is not playing in district. So, for example, Prairieville is out of district week 10. It's hard to find a week 10 opponent.
Right.
They were able to find one, St. Thomas Aquinas. That's going to be their homecoming game. But everybody's got to find one like at week 7, 8, 9, 10. That's hard.
That's tough. You got to try to find districts that have odd numbers as well and try to match up. But then you want to pick a matchup that you don't put your team at a disadvantage.
Right.
Especially if you're going to be a playoff team. You certainly don't want to play somebody in week 10 that could get you banged up as you go into the playoffs.
Yeah, or lose power points. So lots of things you got to factor in there. 2nd down, and I think that's Creel with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play by Creel, just scraping off of his block. He really didn't get blocked at all.
All right, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and long, and looks like we have perhaps a timeout right here with 4:43 left to go. So we'll keep it here, and since we talked about last week about a minute ago, let's bring up next week in District 5-5A. And you're going to see kind of in the middle there, Prairieville is going to go on the road against Parkview Baptist. That's going to be a much harder game next week.
Let me tell you, a surprising score at the half. I saw Parkview was trailing to Dunham 39-0 at the half.
Well, maybe Prairieville's got a shot.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
obviously Dunham's a good football team, and they're one of the top quarterbacks in the country for the year. He was selected as the top quarterback, Elijah Haven, for 2027. But you see some really good matchups. Dutchtown will travel to Ponchatoula. EA at Salmon. Santa Maud's going to go down into the Lafayette area, play Cecilia. Denham, Springs, and Central. That's going to be very, very interesting. David Semino is doing a great job at Central. Dunham, they'll jump up in classification. They'll travel to Live Oak. And watch out for Woodlawn, Jeff.
Yeah.
Very good football team. I saw Woodlawn in the preseason.
So, pressure, third down, and sacked again. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And that's, I believe,
number 50.
Number 50. And that's Reggie Jackson, Mr. October.
Yeah,
with the sack.
He's one of the upperclassmen on this team. He's a junior, so with them having to throw the football here, they can just kind of pin their ears back and just kind of come after the quarterback.
So it's 4th and a mile.
Santa Maud cutting into that lead. There's C. Bird in the third quarter. Now it's 13-10. Gators trailing.
So now 4th and about, we're going to call it 28. And going deep. And he's got a receiver down there, but it's underthrown and nearly got it on to Karam.
Yeah, that ball was just underthrown a little bit. Aguilera really had a pretty good pocket right there. He had some time to throw it. Didn't really step into his throw, but boy, he almost caught it on the tip right there. He'd have been sitting on his backside, but
I think that's Kaiwan Striggs who made the deflection, but it nearly deflected straight to the receiver, like you said.
You won't see a lot of possessions here in the second half with the running clock.
Right.
So you got to take advantage of the amount of possessions that you get.
We're at 3:36 left to go here in the third quarter. So we're going to get possession now for Prairieville. Is this their first possession of the second half?
Yes, it is.
That's interesting. I think that's Green at quarterback. Quick pass complete. That's Regilio. So he gets good yardage on first down. And that's something they're probably going to practice is that passing game because that's the most difficult to work on with that timing and everything. So I'm sure they're going to they're still concentrating on that, I think.
Offensively right there, Coach Feaster gives him an easy throw to make, just a quick stick route on the outside. Didn't have to think a whole lot.
Green's going to roll out right. He's got pressure. Throws against the grain, past midfield, passes incomplete, but he had it on the money.
Yeah, the ball was a little bit behind, but I would say I agree with you. I think that was Chance Jackson, who made a one-handed catch earlier.
Right.
He had to go back for the ball a little bit, but that wasn't a bad ball going to his right.
No, we'll give him a pass since he got that nice catch in the second quarter, though.
He got a Sports Center catch earlier.
And there's a handoff up the middle. Big hole, first down. Cole Dempry. He's had a nice night.
Big run. Stumble, and
he hadn't gotten to the end zone yet, but he's done a good job.
A little activity going on into the away from the play. A flag came in late. I think it's going to be 15 yards on Thrive. It's going to be added to the end of the run.
2:14 and running on the play clock, or on the game clock, excuse me. Not the play clock.
The referees are going to keep a close eye on it with the score the way it is.
Yeah.
They're not going to let it get out of hand.
Yeah. Thrive's a little frustrated. They've had a rough time tonight. Go ahead.
Dutchtown has extended that lead in the fourth quarter, 17-0. That's very impressive.
Yep.
A shutout so far for the Griffins.
Yeah, and we talked about it. You know what kind of kids Madison Prep gets year in, year out. First down, pressure. Green gets away. Good instinct right there just to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid a big sack right there.
Yeah, you're right. Got right back to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to tick under 1:30 to go here in the third quarter with a running clock.
So second down and a long 10, maybe 11. Green checking his play sheet. He's going to pitch it. Nice job getting away from the first guy, but that's about it.
Yeah, that was a toss out to the left, pulled two linemen out there, but a good job, good pursuit by Thrive. Those guys are not quitting. They continue to play hard.
That's Taj Wallace. He is the answer to the ultimate trivia question in Prairieville High School history. Who scored the first touchdown in the history of Prairieville High School?
That question might be on Jeopardy one day. Who knows?
Yep, exactly. So we have a whistle.
It's like you're going to have to get a substitute. Somebody's going to have to come out.
Okay. So actually 2 guys are coming out, but only one. I mean, 2 guys are coming in. Only 1 guy came out, though. Okay, here we go. There's
allow them to make
guy.
a substitution on the front.
Yep. That's part of the reason why you have the running clock. They just don't have a lot of guys out there, and basically everybody's a two-way player out there today.
Wow, the referee's going to blow this one dead.
This is what you expect from a week 1 game with one school that has never played a game, and the other team is kind of
continue to build a program.
Yeah, the other team is kind of short on players, so you kind of expect a little bit of some mistakes here and there. But it's good to get that out in week 1. And Prairieville needed to get these out their system and against a team like Thrive, because next week you got Parkview that we talked about, and that's going to be a step up in class.
East Ascension starting to make a comeback. We'll talk about that after this play.
And there's the handoff. Dempry hard working again. He's kind of that lunch pail guy, getting all those yards inside. It's going to be short of a first down by about 2 yards.
Yeah, manageable 4th down. Probably had 2 plays in mind with the yardage right there. Brother Martin clinging to a 20-14 lead starting the 4th quarter over East Ascension. So the Spartans starting to make a comeback.
And on 4th down, he's got it, and then some. And so Dempry getting the hard-earned yards on the final play of the 3rd quarter. So no scoring here in the 3rd quarter, so our score remains 26-0. Prairieville with the lead over Thrive. We're going to take a break as they move sides. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
Still raining here at Hurricane Stadium on the campus of Prairieville High School in Prairieville, Louisiana. Jeff Porsche, along with Troy LaBeouf, in its 1st and 10 in the red zone for Prairieville, as they are trying to put the icing on the cake as they lead 26-0.
Touchdown making a statement, Jeff. I'll tell you about it after this.
Wow, and there's one up for grabs and nearly caught.
24-0 in the 4th quarter of a Madison Prep.
So they've stepped on the gas in that second half. And so pass incomplete.
Let's go route.
I think that's Paul.
Had a shot. The receiver had a shot at it.
Yep. Like I said, Charlie Green throws a good ball for a young sophomore. And he's got 3 years ahead of him. Oh, it's on the ground. And, we talked about Green playing quarterback, and he recovered his own turnover, but or his own miscue, I guess you could say. He looks good. Skylar Kelly's done well, backing him up. So you got a couple of quarterbacks that you've worked into the system here.
Yeah, then you got a healthy competition right there between those two. They continue to push each other.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take a day off because the other guy's going to come get your job.
Exactly.
Misdirection.
And there's that misdirection play, and he's got all day to run, and he is going to be called down at the 2-yard line. There's no flag on that one.
Yeah, just knocked him out of bounds. But nice misdirection.
Yep. Taj Wallace.
Ball flow going one way. They send the ball back the other way, influence them with the lineman one way.
Mm-hmm.
Had a puller out there and really had a lot of green to run.
They love that play in the red zone. That's the 3rd time I've seen it. First down, inside. Touchdown, Braden Duke. And it's 32-0, Prairieville.
Yeah. Duke able to get his first touchdown as a Hurricane coming over from Ascension Christian. He's a strong young man. I can tell you, he did a really nice job early in his career when he had to play as a young player at Ascension Christian, and he's what a fullback looks like, I promise you.
Oh, yeah, you can tell. He does a good job, and extra point coming from Luke Lyons. And it's good. 33-0 with 9:56 left to go in the game. Prairieville with the lead. We'll take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
So it's 33-0. Prairieville on their way to their first ever victory on the Rev Game of the Week. Last night you had the middle school schedule, and looks like some lopsided results right there. On the Prairieville side, they're interested in the Galvez score and the Prairieville score, and they dominated.
Boy, what do we see right there? That's common. You had shutouts. You had shutouts in every game. Gonzales over Lori. Galvez shutout Santa Maria. Lake shutout Bluff. Prairieville over Central, and Dutchtown had a bye. You got an uneven team right there. So I have an opportunity to referee high school basketball, and I referee a lot of these teams for basketball in the junior high level, all competitive and well-coached teams at the middle school level.
And, of course, as you see the good return, you got to give credit to my man, my usual partner in crime, but I'm glad to have a new one here this year.
Swack
but
attack.
Of course, I missed the Swack attack. Swack attack out at EA tonight, but he always makes sure that those middle school scorers get on there, and it's great to have a guy like that that's going to be on it. And he talked to me today. He's like, brother, you got to get those scores for me, man. Got to get them in. And I'm getting them in, brother. Let me tell you.
Well, I can attest to it. He can go back and watch the replay.
Yep, absolutely. So I have my evidence. So there you go. Love Swack out here, right?
Well, defensively, Coach Thomas for Prairieville, they want to try to get a shutout here.
Yep.
Coach Devin Breaux and Thrive Academy, just a little bit of momentum going into next week if they can put some points on the board.
First down, complete. And they have this may be their only opportunity to get that, because with this clock running, we're at 8:44, and that is number 3 with the reception for Thrive. And that looking for number 3.
Jabray Bennett.
There we go, Bennett.
I think you got some defensive substitutions for Prairieville as well. You started to see some new faces out there.
Right. You know, even with the limited number of upperclassmen, and there's only like about 500 juniors and seniors on campus, you have close to 100 people dressed out here tonight. You almost have every number represented. So that's they love their football out here, as you see an injury on the field.
I got an injured player for Thrive. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, these guys are tired. These guys are tired. Most of them are going both ways. So we're gonna take a short break right now while we tend to the injuries. So you're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
We're back and back to the action. You haven't missed anything. You have a short run right there, which might net them a first down. We'll have to see on the spot. It's actually going to be 4th down and about a yard.
Yeah, I have an opportunity to move the chains here. The referees did a good job on that last play, too. One of the linemen from Thrive got tangled up with a Prairieville guy. Boy, you see the rain coming down.
Yep.
All those LED lights are beautiful.
Absolutely. I can't wait till they start playing the music and they can start syncing all that type of stuff. We've seen it at other stadiums. It's a lot of fun. I think all the stadiums in Ascension Parish are starting to get that now. I think they got them at Dutchtown, too. 4th and short. And did they get the jump? He came back. No flag. 7:08 and running. And they're going to throw. Bit of a surprise. Thought they might have tried to run that right there.
I thought they'd run the football right there. That's going to turn the football over on downs. You'll probably see some new faces.
Yeah.
Get your roster ready offensively.
Yeah, I'm taking out my 2 deep, but I don't think I'm going to be using much of that 2 deep anymore. Let's see if they bring Green or Kelly. Kelly might get some snaps because he didn't play any snaps in the 3rd quarter, but you never know. No, I see Kelly just on the sidelines. Now he's headed to the huddle right there near midfield. We'll have to see. See if we can find a number at quarterback.
6:54 to go. I think we'll have one more hydration timeout.
Yep.
And obviously Thrive's team, they don't have a whole lot of guys to substitute, so
yeah,
you're going to see the same guys out there.
I saw a new guy out there for sure. I think we're going to get a new quarterback, and I think that's going to be number 15, Mason Richard. That's definitely a new number out there. That's the first double-digit number we've seen at quarterback. So handoff up the middle, good gain.
Yeah, nice downhill run right there.
So that's number 18, Virgilio maybe? Not sure if they would have him in the backfield this late. No, that's not number 18. Or if it is, they have 2 number 18s. So Richard, quarterback, out the shotgun. And they're going to try to set up that bubble screen to Paul, and it's incomplete.
I tell you what Coach Devin Bro and his staff are going to be happy about is how his defense has handled the screen game tonight. Yeah. They were really on top of it every single time. They didn't give up any big yards on the screens, and the defenders right there, the ball could have possibly almost been picked off.
So it looks like we're going to hit the hydration break before another snap, and so that's exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to keep it here with the halfway point here in the 4th quarter. And while we take this break, Troy, I'm going to let you talk about Prairieville because they're going to start out 1-0, and let's look at their schedule all the way down the road.
So Coach Randy Loving, the principal, had to put this schedule together. Coach Schmidt wasn't hired yet.
Yeah.
So Coach Schmidt will get to do that. Next fall, they'll be setting up schedules for the following 2 years, so he'll have his hand in it more. But, you're going to play a very good Parkview Baptist team on the road next week. And then this is going to be an interesting one right here on September 20th because Randy is a graduate of Riverside.
Right. So I know that.
He knows the Riverside folks very well. So they're going to play Riverside, and then you jump right into the district. you're going to open with Dutchtown. And so, like you said, some of these kids came over from Dutchtown to here, so that'll be interesting. Play the one of the favorites in the district at Walker, at East Ascension. I mean, there's no easy games on there.
Right.
All the way down Santa Ma on November 1st, and then finally St. Thomas Aquinas for homecoming. Ascension Catholic, ironically, plays St. Thomas Aquinas in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get a chance to see the Falcons.
So here's Richard on a third down and a first down, as Prairieville will get a couple more minutes with possession. As you see, a good run there by Richard. As we have another REV celebrity entering the booth, Chris Goodall, who joined me once or twice for some soccer action. He's now the girls' soccer coach over here. We're not going to interview him, though. We don't need him. He says, I don't blame you. First down, handoff.
A nice stop right there by the Thrive defense.
They
are still playing hard.
Yeah.
94 was the ball carry. Big number 94 on the ball.
Not sure who that was because there's no 94. So like we're definitely diving into the JV freshman roster at this point. 5 minutes left to go, and 94 again.
94 on the ball is the ball carrier again.
So.
52.
Interesting. You know that we're deep into the roster because first of all, we don't have the number, and then you got a 94 running the ball. How often do you see 94 in the backfield?
Not very often.
Unless it's like unless you have one of those big defensive tackles that wears number 94, that's going to be blocking in the backfield.
He does have a legal number to be able to touch it.
Yep. 4:24 left to go. And Richard's going to put it up for grabs, and it's incomplete.
Very difficult night to throw the football, really, for both teams. Prairieville did have a little bit of success. That was Feist that caught a nice ball down here in the right corner earlier on a nice throw. But for the most part, it's been a ground game that's been successful. And taking advantage of turnovers, Prairieville's been able to do that.
Yep. So they're going to go for it on fourth down. This is 4th and 6. 4 minutes left to go. And so there's the handoff. And is he going to get there? No, he's a couple of yards shy.
Yeah, defense. That's back-to-back stops for Thrive Academy. So, Coach, that's something they can talk about on film tomorrow, something to be excited about. I know I may be repeating myself, Jeff, but this team didn't quit tonight.
No, they didn't.
I did not see any quit.
No, definitely
not. And that's a step in the right direction for the Thrive program.
Yeah. So now on the carry for Prairieville, that was number 34 getting his first shot. So we're gonna give him some credit. That's a junior, Caden Bartholomew. So he gets on the statistic sheet.
So obviously with the building on this program, you're going to play JV and freshman ball, I assume, as well. So
yes, they do.
So, I mean, you're going to continue to be able to build and teach your system to all of the guys, ninth and 12th.
And when you talk about what the future is, and we saw what the middle schools did with Galvez and Prairieville, and that's their feeder schools
Both
primarily.
had shutout wins.
They had the shutout wins. And after this play, I'll talk about what the freshmen have been doing. Deep pass. And there's a flag. You have to throw that there, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it kind of.
Aguilera's pass incomplete.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a shaken up player for Prairieville.
So we got an injury, and I'll talk about this and while we wait to see if he gets up very quickly. But the freshman team, Randy brought this up. They played yesterday or a couple of days ago against Zachary. And they played to a tie, 6-6 tie. And in the Jamboree, they actually defeated Dutchtown 8-6. So you're talking about two teams that met in the state semifinals last year, and they played toe-to-toe with both of those. As you saw, Coach, there you talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Coach Bro was looking for the flag right there. But no, that's positives right there with the freshmen. A tie with a program like Zachary, and then junior varsity getting a victory.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. So Why don't we take a break, because this may be a little bit longer than expected. So we'll break right here, 33-0 Prairieville. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
1st and 10 as the injured Hurricane comes off the field. And the quarterback's going to keep it Aguilera. And he's going to get a couple before he's tackled.
A physical run by Aguilera right there. Just put his, he tried to get his shoulders square.
Yeah.
Get on the outside, took the blow. That's a tough young man right there. He's taking some hits tonight.
Yeah. Colton Toops, senior, makes the tackle. 3 minutes left to go. Prairieville is going to get their first victory in their history in their first game ever. And that's complete. Clock continues to run where we have been in running time the entire second half.
They got some new names shuffling in and out on that Prairieville defense, trying to get a lot of those guys some experience.
Yep.
I'll be eager to see what this program is in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, what's the maturation process look like? How far have they come? You know, you're going to get an influx of, over the next 2 seasons, an influx of those middle schoolers coming here.
Yeah.
Because this will be the school they feed into. There'll be no more decision on it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. The freshmen this year had no choice, and every other class will have no choice. It was just the ones who were already at their prior schools that had the choice. A lot of sophomores came, though. Not a lot of juniors and seniors. And it's close to a first down. Might be enough with a 148. Thrive next week. They play Westminster. Then they play West St. Mary, Varnado, Berwick, Northeast, Gaydon, Central Private, Kentwood, and Southern Lab. So they got some tough teams that are on their level. As you see, a flag comes down.
Yeah, we'll see who this one goes against. A little bit of activity after the play. Aguilera and the guy that tackled him, but they may get this on Thrive.
Yeah, I think after this, both teams are going to be pretty much ready to hang it up because we're at 136. So
they gave it on both teams, so offsetting.
So we're probably a couple of snaps away from this game being history. And with the rain and the problems that we've had here tonight with turnovers and slick footballs and incomplete passes because of the rain and all that, it's about time. I think everybody's just about ready to call it a night here. So we're only a couple of plays away. As you see, they have assessed the penalty against Thrive, so it was not offsetting penalties. Clock now running. We're inside of 90 seconds. Deep pass. And behind the intended receiver.
Not only tough with the rain to throw, Jeff, but it's the wind. The wind's blowing pretty good out there. If you look at the flag in the back corner of the end zone near the beautiful field house, hopefully we can get a shot of that beautiful field house.
Yeah.
That wind is blowing.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. That's the flag we've been talking about. And you have the field house in the background as we're now inside of a minute. So this could potentially be the final play of this game, depending on how much in a hurry they are. Probably not much of one at this point. So just taking their time inside of 40 seconds now. There's a snap. Looking left, and it's caught, and then it's down and on the ground and a fumble.
Yep, that'll be a fumble recovery. He made a football move after he caught it, and somebody stripped it. And the Hurricanes, and I would assume Coach Schmidt is going to tell his offense just to take a knee here.
Yeah, and I'm happy for this guy, Jackson Myers. He's a senior, and he gets on the score sheet as well. So it's good to see all these seniors that are coming in, because a lot of these seniors were playing for Dutchtown and Santa Maria, and maybe even East Ascension, a couple of them. And so, they may not have seen the field if they had stayed at their other school, but they get a chance to.
It gives them an opportunity.
Gives them, and they can show. This is something that he'll probably remember the rest of his life. And a lot of people will remember, because he recovered a fumble in the first game of his school season.
It's game time. That's right. Get ready to rev up, raise the bar. Go from 0 to 100. That's why REV is bringing the speed. Buku speed. High-powered internet speed that tackles every upload, download, and stream. With the most reliable network born right here in Louisiana. All backed by homegrown support. It's time to experience the power of Buku speed. Make the switch to REV. Visit us at letsrev.com.
Yalva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Yalva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for over 30 years. Here at Chris's, we do the prep work so you can be the hero at your house. We have expanded to 4 locations and now serve home-cooked hot plate lunches at our new Highland location. It takes a lot of technology to keep us running. We use REV Business and have all 4 of their services. If you have multiple locations, REV is the perfect partner for your point of sale and telephone. REV Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Our final score here tonight, Prairieville defeats Thrive Academy by a final score of 33-0. And so that'll do it for our broadcast tonight as Prairieville gets their first victory ever in their first game in their entire history of the program. And so that'll wrap everything up. I'd like to thank everybody out here tonight. I'd like to thank Courtney and Priya and our director, Andre, and Lyle back home smartly not being in the rain here tonight. For Troy LaBeouf, I'm Jeff Porsche, and that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. You have been watching the Rev Game of the Week.